Ghostbusters is probably one of the funniest movies that I've ever seen. It stars Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Ernie Hudson as the four Ghostbusters. This movie is just so awesome, so I'll give you a quick rundown. These three parapsychologists, named Peter, Raymond, and Egon, start a paranormal extermination service known as Ghostbusters at a retired firehouse. The Ghostbusters gradually became celebrities as the paranormal activity increased. They eventually hired a fourth Ghostbuster, named Winston, who's played by Ernie Hudson. There's a lot of funny moments and lines in this movie. The special effects are real cheesy, but that's the way I like it. I mean, would you rather have it be all CG? I know I wouldn't. So I like the special effects. And who can forget about the Ghostbusters' catchy theme song? That's so awesome. Ghostbusters eventually launched into a franchise inspiring a sequel, a cartoon series, merchandise, video games, movie spoofs, action figures, and a ton of other stuff. The sequel, Ghostbusters 2, is obviously not as good as the first one. I'm sure everyone can agree on that. The first movies are usually better than the sequel. For example, Rocky, Back to the Future, Psycho, First Blood, Wayne's World, Gremlins, Friday the 13th, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, TMNT the live-action movie, Scream, Ghostbusters, and more. However, there are some circumstances when the sequel is superior to the original. For example, Terminator 2, Clerks 2, Iron Man 2, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Aliens, The Dark Knight, and so much more. But even though Ghostbusters 2 isn't as good as the first, it's still a great movie. There's a lot of memorable locations and a whole lot of memorable scenes. My favorite is when the Ghostbusters control the Statue of Liberty with the NES Advantage controller. Now that's awesome. I've heard that Ghostbusters 3 is in the works. Now this is just a rumor, so I'm not sure if it'll actually happen, but I hope it does. Just to see the Ghostbusters on the big screen just one last time, that would be great. But anyways, Ghostbusters is an amazing movie. It's a blend of comedy, sci-fi, and adventure with a bit of a horror twist. No doubt I give this film 5 out of 5 stars. You may have a different opinion than me, and that's fine. But if you haven't seen it, then I encourage you to check it out, because it's awesome.